special guest because Chester Cheetah on TikTok. What's up? What's up? Chester Cheetah and YouTube Finance is in the house. Let me get everything set up, y'all. Y'all hold on a minute. Tonight, we'll have a little bit of talk, a little bit of chit chat. Let me get y'all set up. Sorry about this. I ain't got my stuff together. I wait till the last minute. I apologize. All right, one more thing. Wait a minute. Tonight, we're going to be celebrating the life of Diane Williams. Today, she would have been 50 years old, and I'm hoping to have some special guests. I'm hoping to have my daughters on here tonight, and we're going to talk about some memories and kind of go down memory lane a little bit. Let me get stuff set up. Y'all bear with me now. All right. All right. Welcome, everybody. Now, everybody in the TikTok university, universe. Listen, I'm new at this. Like I have a little bit of vision problems, so if I can't respond to each and every last one of y'all bear with me. My eyes are still healing, but tonight I wanted to do this special thing tonight because I wanted to do something special with my girls. I wanted to make sure that today is not such a bad day. They have lost their mom, and anybody that's ever lost anybody, that it's a difficult thing to deal with. Forgive me if I got something on me. I just ate a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Ghetto. But anyway, when you lose somebody, especially somebody close to you, it's a hard thing to deal with. I still suffer myself from, losses, losing loved ones, and it's a process. So today, my daughter called me and told me that, about the big plans that she had for her mom when her mom turned 50. But, her mom didn't make it to 50. And, God took her home. So, of course, my daughter was sad about it. But let me keep eye on this TikTok because I know when to add her in. She's supposed to be coming in on TikTok. What's up, everybody? What's up? Oh, what's up? What's up, cuz? I see you. What's going on? Try not to be all up on the screen. I appreciate you stopping in. I'm waiting for, I don't know how to do the collab. I'm hoping Ashley will come and get in with me, but either way, till then, I'm gonna talk about some things. So, it's been a lot. It's been a lot that's happened through the years. It's been a lot of ups and downs. It's been a lot of happiness and sadness. But today, I want to focus on some things, and I want to talk about some things that stood out and that was special to me. I'm gonna try to keep up with y'all as much as I can. Like I said, I'm not too good visually, but I'm gonna try to keep up with you as much as I can. So the first thing I want to say, so I met Diane. Met Diane through a friend of mine, which actually is my nephew's mom. My nephew's mom and my brother were a couple, and they had a baby and had my nephew, and later on down the line they had another child, my niece. Well, she told me, that she knew a young lady that'd be perfect for me or whatever like that, and I didn't have no girlfriend at the time. So I was like, okay. So she called her up, and I started talking to her on the phone, and she seemed nice and everything. And so I was like, okay. So we went through the stages. Any of y'all that ever experienced new relationships and love, when you fall asleep on the phone and all of this, all of the emotions, we went through all of that, right? She was in college, and she was 19 and I was 22. She was in college, which that I like that. I like that. And I was a working man at the time, and we finally got the opportunity to meet. And the thing is, man, like I was so nervous about meeting her. I don't know why I was nervous. Like we had been talking for a while over the phone, so I don't know why I was so nervous about meeting her, but I was. And we went to the bus stop to go meet her. We was Baltimore City, so hey, we ain't had no problem catching no bus. That's what we did, right? I didn't have a car at the time, so if I did, I would have went and picked her up, but I didn't have a car at the time. So we went to the bus stop to go meet her. I met her for the first time, and I was so nervous. It was cold. It was really cold, and if anybody ever experienced like real cold where your hands get ashy, like I didn't have no gloves. I was just hands in my pocket. I didn't even think about putting no gloves or nothing. I just wanted to. I was anxious to get out there and meet her. So when I got out there and I met her, and like, you know, the first thing that struck me was how long her hair was. And, you know, a lot of women wear, wigs and stuff like that. And as a man, you don't talk about stuff like that with females. You don't want them to be upset or think you trying to judge them or nothing like that. So I assumed like she had like some kind of extensions. I believe back then that was popular, like the tracks and stuff like that, because my mom used to wear it. But come to find out, uh, after talking to her, it was her real hair. I had never, well, in a good while, seen a female that had hair that long, like all the way down, like halfway down their back. Like I hadn't seen that in a while. And it really shocked me. And I was like, I mean, I was pleasantly surprised about it. And but when I met her, I didn't realize that my lips was chapped, and she's like, lick your lips. And I licked my lips, and I was like, I remember thinking later on, dang, I look like a straight crackhead out here. How I come out here meeting somebody for the first time and my lips is all chapped? Like I was nervous, you know what I'm saying? It was something. So anyway, we began, uh, talking, and we became we was a couple. We was a couple. And fast forward, um, I had a chance to meet her parents. Now, her parents were the type of people where her father was really strict. Even though she was 19, her father still had a lot of pull in her life. Like she still had to follow them rules. And I was like, you 19 and you still have to, deal with stuff like that. But, I didn't know. So anyway, so it got to the point where, we just wanted to be around each other. But I found this out. I found out that her mom and her were like girlfriends. They was more like girlfriends than mother and daughter. And her mom, the only way that her mom could really go out like to the malls and stuff like that is if Diane went with her. So that's what they would do. But when Diane started dealing with me, she started doing less with her mom. And I noticed like her mom was just, she would look at me like crazy, like, and I would tell Diane, I said, I understand, the relationship, between our parents, because I was a mama's boy. I'm gonna be honest. Like I was in on my mom. Like my mom needed something, like I'm there, So I understand, how that go. So I would advise her to listen. Maybe we shouldn't, get together this week. Maybe you should go on and spend some time with your mom because, like, I can tell, like, your mom is kind of upset. She's like, no, no, I want to spend time with you. And deep down inside, I wanted to spend time with her too. So, I mean, I said it, but I try to be considerate. But anyway, fast forward, uh, on to the memories. We had a relationship. She eventually wound up moving in with me, and it wasn't long of that. I mean, dang, it wasn't long after that for she wound up pregnant with our first child. And, you know, I was a little bit disappointed that, you know, that she stopped going to school. Like she got more into me and stopped going to school, but I was excited about the fact of I'm about to have a child. Like for some reason I had convinced myself that I would never be a dad. I don't know. Maybe it's because at that time, my brother, he already had like 2 or 3 kids or something like that. So maybe I was thinking, I wasn't in the cars to have. I don't know why I had that in my head. I don't know. I don't know. But we wound up having a child, and hold on, wait a minute. Is this her coming in? Wait a minute, she just said something. Well, she just said she's not gonna make it. Oh well. Oh, wait a minute. Where my thing at? Okay. Show must go on. I'll do it myself. Um, she's tired. She's not gonna make it tonight. So okay. So like I said, we had a child, and she we it was a girl. We named her Ashley, and things were good and stuff like that. I am a little bit affected that she's not going. I'm a little bit disappointed. I ain't gonna front. I'm getting choked up a little bit. I'm a little bit disappointed that she's not gonna be in, or that they are not going to be in. I was expecting both of them, but I'm just going to give some, some good reports. I ain't gonna go all the way through the whole story. So, um, some good things that happened. Matter of fact, I'm gonna keep up with this time because today is her birthday, 10/23, and I wanted to um, I wanted to sing happy birthday at 10:23. As a dedication, as a memory. So, but before then, let me look and see who's on. I ain't even got my other phone. Like I said, again, I appreciate all of y'all being on. I can't see all of y'all names. Let me see. Hey, Miss Maddie Weather. How you doing, babe? Happy heavenly birthday. Hey, sissy. I got my sissy over here on this side. I got my wifey over here on this side. All right, let me see. What's up, everybody? I can't see all of y'all names too good. Let me see. Is that Patrick? Peridon? Peridon? Sorry if I get it wrong. Marsha. Hotspot. Elizabeth. Was that Dwayne? Grandma. Official lady. Teresa. I think Thresher. User. I ain't gonna say all your numbers. 2 users. Chevelle. What's that? I can't even pronounce your name. In with Casey. What's up, everybody? Mac, Low, Ismayer, Gville, Monaco, Casa. If I say y'all name wrong, I completely apologize. Was that Caramel, Bolo, Jean, Angela, Southern, was it T-Mar, Zen? Was that encouraging? Oh, that's what they talking to me, encouraging the YouTubers. Lally, Yubong, Pork Chop. Was that Hype, Meg User again? Ancient Barry, Klein. Oh, Miss Meriwether, you over here too? I know that's right. AM. What's this? Exit X. I'm gonna call you X. G Moore. States. Cousin Lisa. All right. I think I got everybody. I hope I did. If I forgot to, man, hey, listen. I appreciate y'all coming in. Appreciate y'all chilling with me. All right. So look. So skip ahead. I'm gonna go through some of the things that stood out. Some of the things that some of the good memories that we had that was significant. I was hoping to get their input on some memories that they had also, but I'm gonna go with me. So I told you we had a child. Um, um, Before we had a child, we would go to this karaoke place, and it was a song around that time. 112 was popular, and she liked that song by 112 called "Only You," I believe it is, and we would get up there and sing that song. And one time we got in there and we sang that song, and it was an older couple in there. And I remember the woman said, "Why you don't sing to me like that?" He's like, "Huh?" She's like, "Look how good they sound. He's singing to her. Why you don't sing to me like that?" He's like, "I ain't got time for all that." I thought that was funny. Like that was a funny point. So let me see what else. She was always the type of person. She loved music. She loved to go shopping with her mom. Like that's something that they did. Um, what else? What else we got? Um, what else we got? See, that's why I need somebody on here to kind of help me to remember this stuff. So, all right, so I'll just go back. So we had a daughter, and when we had a daughter, I was staying in a we was living in a 1 bedroom apartment, and um, I had like something like not porcelain, like like hard floors. It was hard floors. I can't think of the word. And I said, well, uh, I'm concerned because the baby is just starting to walk good, and she had a couple of falls that we just did catch her, to keep her from hitting her head or whatever like that. I didn't want her to get hurt, so I said we need to start trying to make a plan to, see what we're gonna do about, going out and getting a bigger place or whatever, getting carpet. And um, her mom came up with the idea of us getting an apartment over there in the same area where she lived. And I was like, okay, you know, we got an apartment over there, and things didn't work out too good with uh, Beyond is living that close to her parents, not her father, but things didn't work out too good. So eventually, we wound up moving across town, and um, oh, but before then, here's a fun fact. Now we had our baby. Our baby was about one at the time. We both had jobs at McDonald's, right? She would work the morning shift at McDonald's, and I would work the night shift. And it was fun how we was kind of tag teaming with the baby. Like she was coming in, and I was going out. How it worked so good, her mom, well, her parents, her father, most of the time, would pick her up from work. So she really didn't have to worry about, having no way to work or nothing like that, because her father would pick her up, and a lot of times he would take her. So he would pick her up, and by the time she come back to the house, I'll be on my bike on my way out there to work. And that worked real good for us for a little while until we moved away from there. And that was a fun time. That was a fun time working at the same restaurant. But not always, because we worked at the Red Cross together. And this is another fact. Not so fun, but this is another fact. We worked at the Red Cross. The Red Cross was raising money for a storm that was actually down here, down south here. And um, we were, calling, making calls, and making raising money for uh, you know, the people. And it was it was a female that kept wanting to talk to me all the time and kept smiling and stuff. And I was like, I don't want no problems. Listen, like my woman right there, like I mean, we didn't tell them that, we was a couple or nothing, but people saw us coming and going. So they should at least assume that we, something. But this particular woman, she just, she was just all in on it. And it got to the point where Miss Diane kind of went off on the woman. And I was like, man, I was so embarrassed. I was like, oh my goodness. And she got really loud and stuff like that. And I'm the type, like, I'm conservative. Well, I'm loud now, but back then I was like more, kind of quiet. And when she screamed on that woman and everybody was looking, it was like the spotlight was shining down. At that point, I said, I'm not working another job with anybody that I'm in a relationship with. I never work a job again with anybody, and I never did. I never did, because that wound up being, kind of embarrassing situation. But I mean, I understand how she feel about it, because I mean, I probably would have felt the same way if some dude was, knowing that we be, coming and going together. You know, I probably wouldn't have handled it quite like that unless he wanted to take it there. But I probably would have had a little conversation with him and let him know, hey, look, that's my girl. You need to find somebody else. I was more subtle about things, but she was more vocal, very, very vocal. So that was kind of interesting. Fun fact. What else? Um, what else we got? Uh, her favorite. She liked. I'm old, y'all. I'm trying to remember. It was a perfume that was her favorite. You know what? I done let the time slip past me. That I sure did. Oh well. She had a perfume that she liked. White diamonds. White diamonds. She loved white diamond perfume. And who's White Diamond? I think White Diamond is Elizabeth Taylor. She loved white diamond perfume. So I really didn't have to buy too much there, because she kept stocks of it. But that was her favorite perfume. So that's a fun fact about her. Um, um, what else we got? I wish they would have came on here tonight. But anyway, um, well, I tell you what, this is what I'm gonna do, because I ain't gonna stay on here long, because it ain't really no fun. They ain't come on here to talk about what they wanted to talk about. But if y'all in your own way can just sing happy birthday with me, and I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna close it out. But let me just say this: to sum it up, we had two girls, Ashley and Jordan. We a couple of years later, we had a second daughter, and by the time we had our second daughter, we were making a plan to move to North Carolina. And by the time, well, Jordan was born 99, and by the beginning of 2000, we were living in North Carolina. So um, I just want to say this before I sing happy birthday. I just want to say, in my own way, reach out to heaven and say thank you to Diane, because she gave me two beautiful gifts that I can never ever repay her for. I got two beautiful daughters. They're grown now, and it's been hard. It's been difficult, and it hasn't been all fun and good. But you know, having kids um, changed my life. Changed my life. You know, when I started having kids, some of the things that I was doing, I had to change up, because I wanted to be the best example for my girls that I could. I wanted them to have a dad that they can look up to, that they can count on. And I had to change some things up in my life, but I didn't always get it right. I didn't always get it right. But I thank Diane for my two girls, um, my two beautiful girls, and I will always be grateful to her for that. And now I have a grandson that looks just like Diane. That's crazy. I will always be grateful to her for that, and for what she gave, you know, um, with my kids. Like I said, it wasn't always good, but the best thing that could have happened to me is meeting her and having my kids. Um, you know, that I would never ever want to change that. Period. Point blank. So before I get choked up, I'm just going to sing happy birthday, and then I'm going to cut this short. Like I said, this is the first time I'm doing well, this ain't the first time. I think I did one TikTok before, but I usually do YouTube. So for tonight, I want to introduce y'all to each other. You got Chester Cheetah, YouTube finest, all of y'all in the house. I appreciate all of y'all coming in and supporting. I wish it could have been us as a team, but we still worked out. I appreciate all of y'all being here. So I'm gonna sing happy birthday. So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Diane. Happy birthday to you. I just want Diane to know in heaven that we miss her and we still think about her. And my prayer is that our daughters go on and continue to make you proud and be the women that you always wanted them to be. That's all I ask for. But I appreciate all of y'all coming in. I appreciate you coming in here, Sissy, cousin Lisa, uh, my baby Jolisha. I appreciate all of y'all coming in and joining me, and I had planned for it to be a little bit better than what it is, but I thank y'all for coming in and sitting in with me anyway. I hope that y'all continue to come back and support. I'm gonna get more active on this TikTok stuff once I get to know things and once my eyes get a little bit better. But if I mess up anybody's name, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But thank all of y'all for coming in. I'm about to sign on out, y'all. Until the next time, as I always say, love, peace, and blessings to all of y'all, all right? Y'all have a good night. Sorry, I'm trying to get my stuff together. Y'all have a good night. Love y'all. Appreciate it. All right, y'all. I'll figure this stuff out after a while. Dang, I thought I turned this off. It's still on. See y'all in a little bit.